Welcome to Back to the Bible. Today's topic, Eve, that day in Eden. Eve stood before God in guilt and terror, Adam by her side. She had sinned. It seemed like such a simple thing she had done, plucking and eating the fruit, giving it to Adam. But it had resulted in devastation. Now she bore the consequences of depravity in her heart, mind and conscience. But that day in Eden, she stood in the presence of the friend of sinners. No words of blame came from his lips, only condemnation for the serpent, Satan. You will be defeated, God told him, by the seed of that woman. Her child will crush your head. And even though you put him through fiery trials, bruising his heel, you will not destroy him. That day in Eden, Eve began to hope. When her child won the victory, evil would be defeated, and she could be reconciled to her Lord. All the punishment God had promised, sorrow, suffering, hard work, failure, came to pass. Life was very hard, but through it all, she had one promise to cling to. There would be a baby someday, her seed, and he would bring victory out of defeat, joy out of sorrow, blessing out of despair. At the birth of her first baby, Cain, we hear her first cry of faith. I have gotten a man-child with the help of the Lord. Alas, he was not the heir of promise. She lost this son to banishment, her second son to a brutal death. On her third son, Seth, she rested her hope of the promised one. But she died, still looking for the baby she would never see. The following words are taken from Praise the Saviour Now and Ever by Venantius Hetzi Fortunatus. Since bond severed, we are delivered. Christ has bruised the serpent's head. Death no longer is the stronger. Hell itself is captive led. Christ has risen from death's prison. Over the tomb his light has shed. Verse for today. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Eve's story can be found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 27 and 28, chapter 2, verses 18, 20 to 25, chapter 3, verses 1 to 20. Your step for today. Ask yourself, what if I was standing in Eve's place in the Garden of Eden? What if I had sinned as Eve did and had just realized the devastation my sin had caused? What if I were listening to God's judgment on my sin? What if I had just heard the promise of reconciliation and restoration through one to come? What would I do? Have you faced these questions in your life? Have you made the right decision? If you have, write down what that decision was. Prayer for today. Pray that God will help you follow through on the decision you have made. Ask for a firm, unwavering belief in the promises of God. God bless you.